Good afternoon, family, and welcome back to Godspeed, where we provide you a weekly market overview for the Lexus LC500. I am super excited about tonight's episode. We have our market overview for December the 1st. I cannot believe we are already in the last month of the year. We also have a walkthrough of our 3 favorite low price opportunities of the week. So I'm really excited to get these in front of you because we've got a new industry and market low. Okay, and then you've got 3 offerings here that are all under $56,000, no accidents, and some pretty good miles considering the price for the vehicle. So very excited about that. We also have the LC500 video of the week coming from Extra Throttle House and their quick review on the 2024 Lexus LC500. They make some really good reviews on the Lexus LC500, and I tell you, they really just spot on what it feels like to both drive this vehicle and to own it. And then last but not least, we've got this week's Aftermarket Showcase featuring exotic car gear. Really excited about this company because, well, I'll get into it more on the episode, but I'm really excited to show you guys some of the products and the pricing that exotic car gear has for the Lexus LC500. All right, fam, let's get into tonight's episode. But before we do, family, I would love your support to hit 500 subscribers by December 25th. That is our goal. I'd love to get out of this year with that 500 or exceeding that number of subscribers. So I greatly appreciate your support. Please take a moment, subscribe to the channel, and hit the like button. Let's go. All right, family, market overview for December 1st, 2023. I'm excited about tonight because if your Christmas gift to yourself is going to be a Lexus LC500, and I know a lot of us are looking at the most affordable entry into this vehicle. Guys, I got 3 options tonight that I'm super excited about. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into them. So if you guys are looking at my nice little icon that I captured for you to kind of keep that effort or that essence that we had back in the day before we changed up the flow a little bit, you'll see it now in the bottom left hand corner, okay, while we're going through the review. So all the way to the left, guys, I'm super excited about this opportunity because we've got a 2018 LC500. This is the performance package. Now, the picture right now is showing a little dirty because, they have not actually finished this car in detail just yet, but it should be coming out of detail today. I did call down to the BMW dealership in Florida this morning to kind of talk through, and by this morning, I mean the day of the recording, which is today, Friday. Okay, and so this vehicle is absolutely coming out of prep today. Super excited about this one for a number of reasons, okay? But let's just talk about the specs for a moment. Performance package, top of the line other than the Inspiration series, right? You see the retractable spoiler back here. You're going to have the carbon fiber roof. You see the 21-inch wheels. You got the Alcantara and the carbon fiber seals on the inside. This one is the toasted caramel interior, and we've got no accidents. It is a one-owner car, and it's got 86,000 miles on it. Now, I know for some of you all, and the tires don't look that bad, to be quite honest with you, once they get this thing cleaned. Obviously, the wheels and everything like that as well. My thoughts is that, listen, this vehicle is going to probably look completely different if this thing is not sold by the weekend, because they'll probably load some better pictures up after it's done got out of detail. But guys, we know what these vehicles are, and you know what, a dirty one is going to look dirty, a clean one is going to look pristine once you put some love and care into it. Okay, so here's what I want to talk about on this vehicle, because not only is it the beautiful infrared, not only has it got that gorgeous toasted caramel, so you're feeling like you're kind of Ferrari-ish in this bad boy, but what I love about this one is that, listen, we are at $49,999, okay, on a one-owner vehicle. Now, you guys are probably seeing, like me, this pricing right here of $44,999. So at $49,999, this is the absolute cheapest LC500 on the marketplace, okay? And what's interesting about this one is that while it is the cheapest one, traditionally we see everything from flood cars to theft cars, you name it. Those typically are associated with the lowest price option on the market, but not this one. Okay, this one's got a clean title, 0 accidents, a 1 previous owner. Obviously, make sure you check your reports, right? This is a BMW dealership. They should absolutely provide that for you at no additional cost. Okay, you just got to ask for it and they'll send it over to you. Okay, but listen, if this thing is $44,999, that's $5,000 off of the price that I was able to get confirmed this morning. And by the way, I'm speaking with a representative out there right now. I'm just waiting on a call back. So I didn't post 44,999 because it's not confirmed. And I want to get that confirmed for you. As soon as I get it confirmed, I will jump in the chat and I will let you guys know if I got it confirmed. I'll also let you know who you can talk with down there, so you got a little bit of a warm transfer, so to speak, on that. But fam, I know I spent a little extra time on this one. If at $49,999 for a performance package, 0 accidents, 1 owner, I know the 86,000 miles is high, but at $49,000, man, I think you got a ridiculous opportunity right here, okay? At $44,999, look, somebody better get this bad boy, because that is a steal of a deal. I mean, we got the best package. The only thing that is a little scary on this car is just the mileage. But remember, guys, this is a Lexus, right? These things don't even wake up until 100,000 miles. And, you know, I think at the very least, you probably got, I can't remember if these have timing belts or the chains, guys. But, you know, traditionally these Lexuses typically need, you know, a nice bit of maintenance with the timing belt, water pump, seals, all that good stuff once you hit that 90 to 100,000 miles for the vehicle. But then you're good for another 100K. Either way, I'm thinking at $44,999, you just, my gosh, I mean, if I was on the market, this absolutely would be a vehicle that I'm flying down to Florida to see face to face and make my decision. I'm going to test drive it. Heck, I'm going to take it over to the Lexus dealership. I'm going to let them do a quick look at it. I'm going to drop $200 in their hand, get a full report on this bad boy, and then, guys, I ain't lying. I mean, that's a heck of a deal. So please do me a favor. If anybody ends up exploring that one, please drop some comments back to us. I'd love to hear how that fares out. Okay, going all the way to the right, fam, our second opportunity tonight, again, 2018. Okay, this one has the sports package on it. Okay, so you will absolutely notice that we've got the beautiful 21-inch wheels on this one. You got that atomic silver, which, you know, I don't think we've seen an atomic silver in a minute. So, you know, really love this one. It's got the tinted windows on it already, and just a beautiful, beautiful car, right? I think what I love about this one, again, is that we are 0 issues on this, meaning no accidents. We've got 2 previous owners on this one, and for a couple grand more, you absolutely get into a mileage range that I know a lot of you all feel a bit more comfortable with. So this one's at $57,059, right? I mean, family, it is the end of the year, and there are some decently priced, decent mileage, and great condition LC500s available for sub 55 grand. That's why I'm excited about this week's episode, because, you know, like I shared with you guys transparently, I mean, I love this vehicle. There's no doubt that this car is not worth $100,000. I just didn't have the budget to spend $100,000 for this car. But at 50% off of MSRP, heck, more than 50% off MSRP, family, this becomes a no-brainer for a Lexus enthusiast, right? Someone who really wants the best product that Lexus has ever built, save the, you know, the LFA, right? So you got a beautiful option here. If your color is atomic silver, you got that black Alcantara interior in there. Again, $53,770. And our last offering comes And now you'll notice that they've dropped the price here because obviously this 59488 is a previous and they just didn't update the photo. But no worries on this one, guys. We've got a 2018 ultra white. Now, this one is what we see a lot on the market, especially more lately than before. This is a touring package, but they have absolutely upgraded the wheels to be the 21-inch options over the 20 options, okay? But this is absolutely the touring package. You guys will be able to recognize it. I mean, look how clean this thing is, though. You'll be able to recognize it once we get on the interior here and you see the aniline leather interior instead of the Alcantara on the seats. That's the giveaway there. But look how sleek and sexy this looks with the aniline black interior. Like I told you guys before, you know, when I talk about the differences or the variations between the packages, I'm not hating on this touring package whatsoever. There was a time where I was not as impressed with the aniline leather interior over the Alcantara. But that was quickly settled by me actually going to sit in one of these. And I'll tell you what the pictures don't do is justice for just how beautifully integrated this seat is, right? I mean, it almost looks like, you know, a bulletproof vest over the original, you know, seat, right, with this right here. But beautiful, beautiful package here. So, and, you know, one of the things that I probably, you know, appreciate the most about the sports package is absolutely those 21-inch wheels, and this one absolutely has that one. So you're getting a ultra white black interior, 0 accidents. This one has 3 owners on it, fam, but it's got 51,000 miles and it looks superbly clean. I mean, again, guys, anytime a vehicle is, what are these 18s now, almost 5 years old? I want you to make sure that you don't go in blind, right? Always do your due diligence. Make sure that you know, check the Carfax out. Make sure that you do all the looking and working that you can to ensure that once you've made that purchase, you don't have any regrets on it, okay? And then, like I always tell you too, if you're willing and the opportunity allows you, absolutely spend a couple $100 at the Lexus dealership before you pick this thing up, and you know, get it 100% checked out, okay? So then you know exactly what you're going into, and you might use that, you know, if the car needs some you know, maintenance and stuff like that, you might be able to use that as a leverage opportunity with the dealership or the broker, okay? All right, family, look, again, some amazing opportunities this week, low priced but high quality and relatively really good miles for the offerings. That, my friend, is our market overview for December the 1st, 2023.
GodSpeed's Lexus LC500 pick of the week.
All right, fam, for our pick or video in this case of the week, guys, I had to bring you guys out here to Extra Throttle House's 2024 Lexus LC500 quick review. You know, I had such a good time viewing this video this week, and you know, I have seen a plethora of videos and reviews in particular on the LC500, but I don't know if I have been able to experience one that captures the truest essence of driving this vehicle as much as the guys out here at Throttle House did on this particular review. So I'll be honest with you, in that essence or that sense of like, I want to share some fun, you know, and a highlight of my week with you guys, that's absolutely what I'm doing today. So definitely, I'm going to have the link on this one. I wish I could show the video to you, and I don't know how much, you know, you're allowed to show of other people's videos. So until I understand that, I'm not going to press play, but I'll absolutely drop the links in here. You know, but please do go out, check out their responses in real time. I mean, you can see the still image that I've got right here on the screen right now, and I picked it because, I mean, these are the expressions of 2 guys who are driving this car, not for the first time, but they've done multiple reviews on this vehicle, and they drive beautiful cars all day, every day. But you gotta listen and watch their real-time responses while they're driving this vehicle. Not to mention, their videos capture the best sounds I've heard captured on video, right? I mean, I just love the real reactions, the emotions that you feel when you're driving this car, right? So, hey guys out there at Extra Throttle House, great job. I mean, I'm a car enthusiast. I absolutely own this LC500, and I could not have captured it as much as you have. As a matter of fact, some of the most memorable comments that you guys made in this video is, this is the most charismatic engine on sale right now. And I think that says a lot, right? Particularly because they've driven so many vehicles, right? I mean, they drove obviously LFA is not still for sale, but you know, when you think about somebody who is behind the wheel of all the newest, all the best, regardless of price, and they're making statements like the most charismatic engine on sale right now, you gotta love that, right? And I think too, they summed it up like a lot of people, you know, have a comment about, you know, this car being as heavy as it is and it having, you know, the amount of horsepower that it does. You know, let's face it, I mean, 471 horsepower when you are this heavy, it's not going to beat, you know, some of the traditional sports cars off the line. That's a fact. But what I love the comment they said, right? This car is the definition of being quick enough, right? And it feels quick. You know, I think that sums it up, right? The other thing they said is that this is their favorite interior in a sub $2,000 car. And that's interesting because one of the reasons why I chose this vehicle is because as much as I love the exterior, and don't get me wrong, as much as the exterior of a car's design is very important and was important for me on this particular last purchase that I made, the interior was also very important because let's face it, that's where you're spending your time. And I don't like to see a busy interior, nor do I like to see a basic interior. And so I gotta say, when you hear somebody who's been in as many cars as they have say that this is their favorite interior, you know, now the interiors that they were comparing it to that's above 200,000 is like the Rolls Royce, which I'm like, hey, I'm happy to be in the same conversation with a Rolls. Okay. And then last but not least, guys, they said owning the LC500 is a confident statement, right? It's a true car enthusiast car, right? The ride is amazing. And that says enough. I mean, I hope I've said enough to get you guys excited about going out here and checking out their review. So absolutely, you know, take some time today or this weekend. Check out Extra Throttle House. They got some tremendous reviews. I love their review of the LFA as well. But go out there, check out the review this week, drop a comment, absolutely sub them up and give them a like. And family, that is our pick or video in this week's case of the week.
GodSpeed's Aftermarket Showcase.
All right, fam, the Aftermarket Showcase of the week this week features exotic car gear. So really excited to show these guys to you if you don't already know them, right? I ended up stumbling across them, particularly for the Lexus LC500, because I was looking for a shifter, a carbon fiber shifter, and the very first Club Lexus review that I saw on a carbon fiber shifter was actually from these guys. Now, they do work, I mean, much more extensive than the Lexus. You know, if I'm being honest, I think the Lexus, you know, may be one of their more, you know, conservative vehicles that they produce carbon fiber parts for. I mean, you can look, we're in good company here, right? We've got Lamborghini, Ferrari, Maserati, McLaren, Mercedes, Porsche, et cetera, is, you know, everything that you would think about for this vehicle. So tonight I want to showcase a few parts for you because you guys know, you know, like I was mentioning last week, there's not a whole lot of aftermarket options for the LC500, and you know, some of this stuff is redundant, and so it kind of boils down to, you know, what price point you're looking to invest in a particular part, what's the quality of the parts that are being made, and you know, what's the reputability of the, you know, the company that's making them, right? The reputation of that company. And so obviously I want to get in front of you guys with this review, and to be honest with you, it's not so much a review because I do not have a part from them just yet. I'm going to start out my review with the knob that I'm most excited about because this is what brought me to this company, and I actually placed my order for this part about maybe a week or so ago now. So I'm anticipating getting mine in before Christmas. And obviously, once it's in, I look forward to doing a review so you guys can know exactly firsthand. Now, a couple reasons why I actually chose this company for the carbon fiber shift knob. Here's a few things that I really liked about this company. Number one, they're boasting this OEM fitment, right? And then OEM or better quality. Now, that's a tremendous statement to make. And if you actually read a little bit further down here, what I really like about them is that, they even talk about that the item is constructed, as a replacement part. But check this out, pre-impregnated dry carbon fiber under the same processes that Lexus uses for its original parts. Now, if you've ever seen the original Lexus parts, whether it's the hood, and I'm not even talking about the LC500, I'm just talking about in general, Lexus does a beautiful carbon fiber process on these cars. I think they do it even better for the LC500s. And the only reason I say that is because the LC500s are actually produced out of the same shop that built the LFA. Okay, and I don't know if you guys had an opportunity to see that video out there about how the LFA was created, and they take you in to the actual shop. They show you the actual carbon fiber weaving machine that they built just to produce the carbon fiber parts for the LFA. And so the LC500, it uses some of that same material and those same specialists who worked on the LC500, who worked on the LFA for the LC500. So I was saying all that to say that, listen, I'm extremely excited to get this part in hand in a couple weeks and be able to compare it myself to the beautiful weave that the Lexus or Toyota is known for. Okay. All right. So enough about that. Let's kind of get into the products here, right? So I told you that was one of the reasons, because they really boast, OEM fitment, and that makes sense because, this is truly just a twist on knob, right? But the better or OEM or better quality, I'm really excited about that. The other piece is the price point. So if you all are looking for the most affordable option to get you, not just a cheap part, but a really nice quality part, I think for $299, it starts out at about $750. I'll be honest with you, right? Because you've got this core exchange here that you've got to do. So there's a $350 core exchange, and if you want to keep your original shift knob, then it's going to cost you an extra $350. Or if you're going to do a true swap out, which I'd imagine most people are, right? Then what you're looking at is $299 plus shipping and tax. I think I'm all in for this part right now at about $330. Let's call it that, okay? So that is absolutely a tremendous deal. I mean, not only are there only 1, 2, or 3 companies, well, this is actually the only company I know who's building the shift knobs in carbon fiber. There are some other vendors, right? Like we've talked about a few of them on the channel, right? Elvin Carbon Fiber being one of them, and there's a couple other guys that I've come wind on, and they all build it as well. But this is the only company, quote unquote, and that's not to say anything against Elvin or any of those other guys, because like I told you a few weeks ago, I'm absolutely looking to pick me up a couple of his pieces because his work speaks for itself. Okay, but the price point looks extremely appealing for this $299.99. So I'll definitely be picking that. Well, I already purchased it, just waiting on it to come in. Let me give you a little bit more insight too on how the process works here, right? So I absolutely reached out, spoke with the guys out here, and they gave me a little heads up on what you can expect. So the way this shop runs is particularly for the LC500 part. Now, if you've got another vehicle and you're looking, please call them and make sure that this fits the expectations for that as well. But they keep these in rotation about one at a time, and so what they're traditionally doing is they have one OEM knob. They'll build that product out, but if somebody orders that, then you get on a waiting list, okay? Because what they do is they actually ship the carbon fiber part out to you, then you turn around and ship your core part, and then they start about a 25-day process to deconstruct the OEM shifter and then build it back up with the carbon fiber. And so that's about a 25-day kind of turnaround time, if you will. So You know, I may or may not, because I had one extra person in front of me when I purchased my order. I may or may not get mine before Christmas. I truly hope I do. But just want to give you guys a heads up, right? These are not carbon fiber Lexus LC500 shift knobs that are on the shelf. So you're probably not going to just, you know, put in an order and expect to have it next week in the mail. Just keep that in mind when you're ordering some of these parts, okay? All right, so let's look at some of the other parts for this vehicle. Actually, I apologize, guys. Let me show you guys the few pictures that they have for this one, right? And then what I love about this one too is that you got top and bottom carbon fiber. So I'm super excited about that. Now let's take a look at some of the other LC500 parts, okay? So I'm gonna actually go over here because what I found is that there might be a little bug in some of their links, because if you click the Lexus over here and the makes and models, you get 4 pieces. If you click just a Lexus from any other links, you get 3 pieces, okay? So let's talk about them real quick. We talked about the shift knob at $299, can't beat that. You got the mirror caps here, which, you know, these are a bit pricier over some of the other ones. Now, I'll be honest with you, you know, I haven't seen these in person, and they may very well, you know, boast that extra additional price, but I definitely want to get these in front of you, show you that for $449.99 you can pick up a pair of these from Exotic Car Guys also. All right, the other pieces right here, I'm going to talk about this engine cover because I really love this one. Now, interestingly enough, this engine cover, it kind of varies. It goes back and forth with the same price point that we see on one of the competitors. I'm not going to mention the competitor just because I want to be respectful to my review for Exotic Car Gear. But we see the other competitor for this, you know, fluctuate their price with, you know, with their discounts. Then they either equal this amount or end up being a little bit less. But I'll tell you what, man, I mean, this is still one of those parts that I mean, gosh, this thing is just gorgeous. I mean, the work on it looks impeccable. Yeah, I mean, I know it sounds crazy to put that much money underneath the hood, but gosh, yeah, I could see this happening for one of my future purchases. I mean, I'm gonna have to absolutely exhaust some more exterior parts and whatnot, but heck, I'm getting there. So, you know, it's almost about to be to a point to where, you know, I can start investing in some of the lesser seen aftermarket parts for my car. But absolutely love this one. I mean, gosh, if you know, if you're listening, Exotic Car Gear, and you guys want to do some type of, you know, promo with me, or, you know, let me do a review for you on this, I would absolutely love to partner with you on this part right here. It's one of my favorite wish list items for the LC500. I would absolutely love to do something. So if you want to do something, absolutely reach out, or we can talk a little bit more once I get my other part in hand, okay? All right, and their last part, which now this one I save for last because I do want to talk about it. I think this one appears to be a newer part from them, because I've followed this website for a little while, at least, you know, the last 8 months since I purchased my car. And this is the first time that I've seen a spoiler from this company. Okay, now, couple reasons this excites me. Number one is because of that, again, that boasts to be OEM fitment, where, let's face it, the fitment on a spoiler is going to make a lot more sense than on the shift knob, because let's face it, OEM fitment means that it's going to hug the contours of the rear bumper, or the, you know, that trunk spot, and that means something to me, right? Also, the OEM or better quality is going to mean something on this piece too, because, you know, it's going to be something that you're going to be looking at. It's exposed, it's in the elements, you know, the clear coat's going to matter. And so, you know, that right there is going to be a good promoter for why you should look to purchase a rear spoiler from Exotic Car Gear over some of the other particular brands that are available. And last but not least, $599.99, $600 for a carbon fiber from a company with this level of you know, stature. Man, listen, if I mean, I would absolutely consider this spoiler, right? I mean, I already have a spoiler for my vehicle. But when I was doing my due diligence and looking for particular spoilers, I would have absolutely considered a spoiler from a company like this at a price point like that right there. Now, the other thing, you know, this video, and again, if you're listening Exotic Car Gear, I think, you know, we gotta partner up and get a picture of this on a LC500, right? Because one of the things that I feel like I can tell from the pictures here, but it is very hard, guys, this one looks to almost be a replica of the OEM spoiler, and that's something that I would love to confirm, right, and see visually. Because if it is, I just want to call out, I'm not going to talk in detail about it because I've got a video on this, but you guys recall Lexus discontinued their OEM spoiler, and even when it wasn't discontinued, it was absolutely a $1,100 part with, you know, another couple $100 installation. I'm sure this is going to be applied via 3M tape, and at $600 for a, you know, for those who don't want anything that's overly, you know, exaggerated, and you just want that nice clean OEM spoiler look, gosh, for $600, this could absolutely be a tremendous opportunity for you. Okay. All right, family, look, that is our aftermarket showcase of the week. If you guys have questions, if you're looking out, you know, and you're looking for any carbon fiber parts, right, not just for your Lexus LC500, right, you know, I know we got a lot of Toyota, you know, Supra owners on the channel as well. You know, I saw the Supra, they got Supra parts on here, and of course they've got other parts as well from BMW, Mercedes, you know what I'm saying, you name it. Definitely go out, check out Exotic Car Gear. And you know, if you purchase something, please do let them know that you know, you heard about it from Godspeed. I'd appreciate the call out. And family, you guys have a tremendous week. That is our aftermarket showcase for December the 1st. Fam, that is our episode for the week. I will have all the details of what we discussed tonight in the comments. You guys have a beautiful weekend. Godspeed.